Hello everyone, in this video I wanted to talk to you all about the new heavy assault rifle that has been added to Fortnite Battle Royale. Now that I've gotten a chance to play with it and use it in game quite a bit, I wanted to share my thoughts on it with you all and actually get your thoughts on this weapon as well. So before I even start, before you even watch the video, leave a comment about what you think of this weapon, your experiences with this weapon, whether or not you like it, how you rate it compared to the other assault rifles, what you like about it, how you fire it, anything about this weapon, leave a comment. I want to hear what you all think about it. So now I'm just going to get into my thoughts with it, and this is a weapon that I was actually really excited for, and when I heard the description of it, I thought it was something that I would really like. It's a high damage assault rifle with 44 damage for the rare variant, 46 damage for the epic variant, and then 48 damage for the legendary variant. And then obviously with a 2x headshot multiplier, that legendary variant can hit to the head for 96 damage. It's a very low fire rate to compensate for that high damage, and then it also has more recoil than standard assault rifles, and it has quite an aggressive bloom. After, the first few shots don't have much bloom, but after that it gets very wide, and I feel like if you strafe with this weapon, the spread that it adds is actually quite a bit, and that's one of its key downfalls in my opinion, is that I feel like when I use this weapon, I have to play like a statue, and I have to really play around this weapon, and it doesn't feel ideal doing so. A lot of times when I use this weapon, I'm just wishing I had the SCAR the entire time. The SCAR is such a versatile weapon. Sure, it might have a little bit less damage, but it actually is quite on par with this weapon as far as damage goes. 72 versus 96. It really, 96 seems a lot better for headshots, but when you think about it as far as damage goes, let's say you have a 200 health opponent, or even a 100 health opponent, you're still going to have to hit a headshot and a body shot, or 2 headshots. It doesn't actually change the shots to kill that drastically unless you get into some strange levels of health that you can't really account for. It is very random how much health the opponent has, but in most cases the added damage doesn't actually change the shots to kill that much, so you aren't really gaining that much from using this weapon. The high damage is nice when you're able to when it actually matters, but a lot of times it won't. So I would just rather use the weapon, the SCAR, which has a higher fire rate, less bloom, so you can full auto it more, which is nice because with bloom and spread, even if you are tap firing, sometimes stuff goes out of hand, and that's just the nature of bloom. And this weapon with a low fire rate punishes missed shots more than a weapon with a high fire rate. And I already said the damage isn't really high enough to make me want to run this weapon over the SCAR for strictly damage level, because it doesn't actually change the shots to kill that much. So that low fire rate punishes you for missing shots, and in a game where people can spam build and bloom is very heavy in this game, it just doesn't, the high damage doesn't feel rewarded because of how easy it is to miss shots in this game with like I said, bloom and building. And then I keep in mind, like I said, I feel like I have to play like a statue and play really slow to actually hit my shots with this gun consistently. It doesn't really add up. It doesn't really seem like much of a benefit to me, this weapon. It is a risk reward thing. Obviously I'm not saying they should change it, but the reward doesn't feel like it's worth the risk. I'd rather just use the SCAR, which is good all the time and is very versatile. That versatility really comes in hand because then you can just play how you want to play around the fight. You can make the plays you want to make. You don't have to constantly play around the weapon's weaknesses to actually stay alive. And I feel like if the SCAR wasn't in the game, maybe I would use this weapon more. But with the SCAR being in the game, it's not necessarily the heavy assault rifle's fault, but the SCAR just does everything that I want out of an assault rifle pretty much perfectly. The suppressed SCAR, I don't know, if I wanted to use a weapon that I was going to tap fire and be very conservative with, I would use the suppressed SCAR over this. I know the suppressed SCAR has less damage, and then the damage comparison between those weapons makes a little bit more sense to use this one, but I just feel like something is weird with this weapon, and I feel like the spread is too high, and that makes it to where it's pretty easy for you to miss shots, and then the low fire rate rather makes missed shots very punished. So I want to know what you all think of this weapon. Do you think it's very good? How have you been using it? What other weapons have you been using it in combination with? I've thought about using 2 ARs because there is some situations where this is very nice, but in situations where you have to spray through players' builds, I just don't think this weapon is very effective much at all. It kind of reminds me of the burst. It's very good when the opponents don't know how to play the game. If you're fighting people that don't know how to build or don't run much or just kind of stand there still and fight you, yeah, you're gonna just melt them very closely with this gun and its high damage. But if you're playing an opponent who knows how to build and is very mobile and actually makes themselves a hard target to hit, I don't think this weapon really is that effective, and I would much rather just have the normal SCAR. And the normal SCAR does just fine against bad players too, so I'm going to take the weapon that I think is best for fights versus good players more often than not. So that's my thoughts on this weapon. It's not necessarily that it's horrible, it's just that I would much rather use the normal SCAR, and that I really value that versatility. But I'm really eager to hear what you all think in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Like I said, like I've said several times throughout this video, I really want to know what you all think of this weapon. And if you did enjoy this video or found it useful in some way, please do remember to drop a like and subscribe if you would like to see more. I do live stream Fortnite every single day. And if my opinion on this weapon changes, like it may as time goes on and I get more time to play with it, or maybe I read comments and you guys give me a new way to use it, I'll definitely make a new video on this weapon if I feel like I figure out a way to use it or something to make that my opinion changes drastically on it. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you another time. Peace out. This is what I was talking about, was RPGs. And I have frags. I think it's only connected by that one little thing, so like I can maybe destroy it. Yo, why is there a trap right here? But I have to go like up underneath him. Oh my gosh. I want to build game. Thank you. I hate getting stuck in the throw animation of frags, and I like think I messed that up. Oh my gosh. Dude, I like don't have the mats for this either. Let me get this material. Alright. Reload the scar. He's got to come to us. Sorry if I'm missing anybody's comments here. I try my best to read chat, but he's like an odd fight. Yo, I'm choking. Alright. Reposition to here. There we go. GG's. Similar stream, thank you for the follow. Let's get some GG's in the chat, and if you guys have not already, please remember to drop a like on the stream and subscribe if you would like to see more.